The Chinese military were placed on alert as an American warship transited the Taiwan Strait, the first such crossing in 2 months in what the U.S. Navy terms routine operations. The People's Liberation Army followed and monitored the guided missile destroyer Chunghun's passage through the strait on Thursday, and all movements were under control, the PLA Eastern Theater Command said, without specifying the service branches involved. The crossing also prompted criticism from Beijing's embassy in the United States. The U.S. Navy 7th Fleet earlier said its Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer USS Chunghun had carried out a routine Taiwan Strait transit through waters where high seas freedoms of navigation and overflight apply in accordance with international law. The ship transited through a corridor in the strait that is beyond the territorial sea of any coastal state, it said in a statement. Chunghun's transit through the Taiwan Strait demonstrates the United States' commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. The United States military flies, sails, and operates anywhere international law allows. The Taiwanese Defense Ministry also monitored Chunghun's passage, saying it observed nothing out of the ordinary as the vessel sailed in a northerly direction through the strait. The Chinese embassy in Washington called on the U.S. to immediately stop provoking troubles, escalating tensions, and undermining peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. U.S. warships frequently flex muscles in the name of exercising freedom of navigation. This is not about keeping the region free and open, the embassy told Reuters. Shortly after, the White House declared that Secretary of State Anthony Blinken would be traveling to China, his first such trip as top U.S. diplomat. Blinken confirmed last month that he planned to visit China in January or February, following an agreement between Xi and Biden at the G20. In a phone call this week with outgoing U.S. Ambassador and newly appointed Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang, Blinken pledged to maintain close communication while Qin also hoped for a better U.S.-China relationship. The Chinese Navy's new heavy lift ship is ferrying other ships during trials as the People's Liberation Army ramps up its warship projection and rescue capability, state television reported. The Yinmahu, bearing the hull number 834, ran ship transport trials after traveling almost 1,000 nautical miles to several undisclosed locations recently, CCTV reported on Thursday. It was a rare revelation about the PLA Navy's semi-submersible heavy lift ships, which could play an important role transporting equipment and ships, or rescuing damaged vessels during wartime. It could also serve as a makeshift dock for emergency on-site repairs. Footage showed the Yinmahu's departure, submerging, ship loading, lifting and transporting. The state media report said the vessel overcame a short preparation time, bad weather and long distances to complete the trial of loading several items and transfer missions. The state TV report said the training tested the semi-submersible ship's capability of accurate delivery and multidimensional support in a condition close to real combat. It not only enhanced the ship's long-distance delivery capacity, but also expanded its high-sea delivery range from proximity to unfamiliar waters, from general conditions to the extreme conditions. However, CCTV did not reveal the location or the date of the drill, and nor did it give the Yinmahu's specifications. It is the first public disclosure about the Yinmahu, which is only the second of its type. The Chinese Navy's first heavy lift vessel, the Donghaedao, hull number 868, is known to have entered service in 2015. The semi-submersible heavy lift ship can carry vessels over 100,000 tons. By adjusting the ballast water, it submerges its cargo deck for another vessel to float atop. It then drains the ballast, floats and lifts the load, allowing it to carry the vessel. At the other end of the journey, the submerge process is repeated to unload the cargo. Ukraine's military said it shot down an unusual version of the Russian Orlan 10 type drone. Ukrainian soldiers have shot down a rare configuration of Orlan 10 unmanned aircraft which was upgraded to deliver bombs. The Ukraine Weapons Tracker OSINT Group reported that this drone is adapted for targeting ground targets and carries 4x OFSP-HEFRAG bomblets in special underwing pods. Only a couple of Orlan bombers were shot down since February 24th, the message added. 2 OFSP bomblets are loaded into a plastic container and placed under the wing of the Orlan 10 UAV. The fuse appears to be a simple mechanical impact inertia fuse. The explosive fill is estimated to be 100-150 g of He. Ukraine's military estimated on Thursday, January 5th, that 800 Russian soldiers were killed in the past day, mostly in fighting in the eastern Donetsk region, while Western allies pledged supplies of armored battle vehicles but not the tanks Ukraine wants. Giving its regular morning roundup of the fighting, Ukraine's military said Russian forces were focused on an offensive in the Bakhmut sector and its attacks in the Avdiivka and Kupiansk sectors were unsuccessful. It said more than 800 Russian soldiers, 1 aircraft, a helicopter and 3 tanks were destroyed over the past day. It also reported an unspecified number of civilian casualties as a result of Russian air, missile and rocket attacks on the largely ruined, Ukrainian-held city of Bakhmut and 2 other cities in the Donetsk region, Koshchentinivka and Korokhov. Russia denies targeting civilians in what it calls its special military operation in Ukraine. Reuters could not independently verify battlefield accounts. A senior U.S. administration official on Wednesday gave a sobering assessment of fighting in the Donetsk region, especially around Bakhmut. The fighting is still quite hot. What we're seeing in Bakhmut we should expect to see elsewhere along the front, that there will be continued fighting in the coming months, the official said. In his evening video address, President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukrainian troops outside Bakhmut were inflicting numerous losses on their adversaries and Russia was building up its forces in the region. Ukrainian Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar, citing his ministry's main intelligence directorate, wrote on the Telegram app that significant losses for Russia meant it would likely have to announce another partial mobilization in the first quarter of the year. According to Yevgeny Balitsky, the governor of the Russian-held Zaporizhzhia region, Ukrainian artillery killed 5 people and wounded 15, including 4 emergency workers, Russia's TASS news agency reported.